Hello, RoahmMythril here once again. I hope I get everything I need to say out here. I'm doing this on zero sleep pretty much. It has been a stressful few days, and this is all just kind of stream of consciousness, what little consciousness I have right now. First off, I just want to preface this by saying I am very sorry about delays on the next videos. It is all due to circumstances currently beyond my control, and like I said, it's been a stressful few days. To set the stage, last Thursday I think it was, we had this huge thunderstorm go through, and it knocked our power out twice in one night. It went out I think around 6 p.m., came back around 8, then went out again at 10 and didn't come back until 8 the next morning. And we thought that would be the end of it. So that was around when I got to sleep. I have a hard time sleeping without power just because it's, Texas heat and humidity. It's I have a hard enough time sleeping as is. That doesn't make it any easier. So I went to bed around then, and then got woken up by the power going out again around 1 p.m. the next day on Friday. Turns out the storm that went through, it was bad enough that it knocked out power to 53,000 people. And I guess our hookup was just in a very strategically bad location that they had to knock us back out so that they could get other people up and running again. And so our power did not come back for good until I think it was about 9:30 the next morning. So yeah, we spent most of that day without power. And again, sleep was very bad for me. Uh, my sleep schedule is screwed up beyond all get out at this point, which that leads to a bit of what was going on today. But even beyond that, Sunday we had a bit of a scare. We thought our plumbing had broken somehow during the storm or something, ground getting overly saturated, because we weren't getting any water from faucets, the toilets weren't flushing properly. And when my uncle looked at it, the way everything was hooked up, he narrowed it down to where if there was something broken in the plumbing, it was probably under the foundation of the house. And so we were just going through this mindset of, dear gods, how do we deal with this? If we get a professional out here, that's going to be in the thousands range to pay for that, and finances around here, that's very painful. Fortunately, we lucked out on that. He looked around a bit and found out that it was actually a loose connection on one of the toilets. And he fixed that, and all the water started working properly again, so at least we dodged that bullet. But that brings us to this morning. I'm having one of my bouts of insomnia, so I have not been to sleep. I still haven't at the time of recording this. So I was up when my mum got up, and she started doing her usual morning routine of going and feeding all the animals and everything. And she had this kind of stiff feeling in one leg. She described it as feeling stiff and kind of puffy, is the way she put it. And she got out to her shop where a couple of the cats are, and she said she just collapsed out there and threw up. So, of course, this is a scare for her, it's a scare for all of us, and so at the time of my recording this, she's on her way up to the emergency room. And so I had to stay behind because somebody has to be here to take care of the animals later, because, who knows how long my uncle and my mum are going to be up there at the emergency room, how long before they get seen and anything gets figured out. So I'm here listening for the phone, basically, waiting to hear back on that. I don't know anything yet. They're pretty much just fresh on their way up there. So obviously this is weighing very heavily on my mind. I'm not really in a good place right now. It's one of those, as they say, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. It's easy to say, but living it is another thing entirely. But that's kind of the place I'm in right now. So obviously this is going to be taking precedence for now, and so updates for the moment are going to be pretty sparse. And I mean, that's if we get news back and it's not good. I mean, obviously today I'm obviously in no state to work on it. I'm on no sleep, uh, very little energy, and don't feel like I should sleep because I have to listen for the phone. So yeah, uh, so I'm hoping that we get good news on this, that it doesn't end up being anything major. I'm just, holding that in my heart and hoping it turns out that way. And I know the majority of my fan base, I know you guys are going to say, family comes first, be there for her, do what you have to do, we'll still be here, and I am eternally grateful for that. I hate that it's come down to this so often lately, for one reason or another. It's not a good feeling on any level. But I am very thankful to all of you for your understanding uh, and your well wishes and everything. Just kind of, keep her in your thoughts. It's one of those things that you really don't want to have to think about, that you don't really want to have to deal with, but here we are. I'm really hoping the next video brings better news than this. Uh, I I think basically that's everything I needed to say. I'll probably be updating my Twitter or my Tumblr, basically my text social media with what's going on as soon as I know anything. So if you don't follow me there are links to both in on my main channel page. I'll put links to both on my on the video info. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm sorry for the I'm sorry for the quality of this. Like I said, no sleep, little energy, very very hazy. Feel like this is like a bad dream that I can wake up from any time now, please. That'd be nice. But with that, thank you for listening. Thank you for your understanding. Hopefully things resolve themselves well. Hopefully she ends up okay, and if she ends up okay, I can get back to work pretty quickly, hopefully get things back on track. I would like that. I like a sense of normalcy if I can get it. But that's pretty much it for this one. I think I've tried to end this a few times now. So again, thank you for listening, thank you for your understanding, and I shall see you next time, hopefully with better news. Until then, fare thee well.